up next is mobile games.
Mobile game.
So for this one, it was mostly just because fucking Hudson, you were telling me that like mobile games aren't entirely trash. I want you.
I was making fun of mobile games, but there are gems in the rough.
Yeah, sure.
So explain to us, how do I find these gems in the rough? Because from what I've gathered, mobile games are AIDS. Mobile games are the worst. Mobile games are full of microtransactions.
So the place where you get mobile game. Oh, let me rephrase. When you open your Play Store app, whatever it is, whether it's the Samsung one or the Google Play Store, whatever, or Apple Play Store, whatever, you're gonna get like a title page, and it's gonna recommend you a bunch of shit. All that's bad.
The recommended is just bad.
Basically, all of it's bad. There might be something good in there. You can take a look if you'd like, but most of it's gonna be trash.
That's kind of weird though. You'd assume the recommended for you is recommended for you.
I mean, maybe that's just me personally. You can make that argument, but it seems like most of the front page of the application store is just bullshit. It's just not, and yeah, it's just fucking bullshit. There's a bunch of needless apps that don't actually do anything. I mean, there are other time waster apps that I'm putting on the list of good applications, but I think they're well done games, or they're well done and well made applications. Whereas a lot of the applications that are on the App Store are actually fucking shit.
Yeah, most of them, because there's a low barrier to entry.
Yes, they don't even run well. You literally can't access parts of the game without like allowing advertisements through your Wi-Fi.
That sounds disgusting.
That's just
to literally play the game. There's microtransactions, like shit like that.
Yeah.
Like some of these games, they're just like low barrier, low quality fucking cash grabs.
There's a reason for it though, because the mobile market, right?
Yes.
The vast majority of people refuse to spend money on mobile games. Okay.
I mean, I agree. I'm that same fucking person.
Yeah. No, I'm also the same way. But what happens when that is the case is that the vast majority of mobile games are free to play.
Yes.
Right? So these developers need to find a way, to give you their game for free, but also make money. Yep. So that's either, a shit ton of ads, microtransactions, or somewhere in between, paid content, whatever.
Yep.
So, which is fine. That's fine, I think, because, you shouldn't expect to get a game for free and not, help.
No, right. I totally understand.
But what the problem with that is a lot of these games have like predatory, practices in place.
Yes.
So predatory ad placement. So like it's really easy to accidentally hit an ad or like microtransaction shit.
The shop that has the last option at $100.
Yeah.
Shit like that.
Or those microtransactions that are like, hey, it's $2 to do this thing, and then $50 a week after that.
Oh yeah, like the trial.
Yes.
That then auto renews and it's fucking
that. So there's scumbags that do shit like that.
And it's like, and they try to hide, and like a lot of it's trying to be hidden. So you'll download an app thinking it's fine. You might buy it, whatever, and then you get fucked. Or if you have a kid. Yes. They might download the app thinking, oh, it's a cool whatever phone game, or you might download it for them, and it's got all these microtransactions, and somehow, some way, your credit card's linked, and now you're $400 in the hole because your kid needed a bunch of gems to buy his units. It's bullshit.
I wonder how Google is on that situation. Does Google just say fuck you and they don't do anything about it, or I wonder?
I don't know.
I don't. No.
Because I mean, it's actually kind of interesting to think about. Because for me, I think the best apps are the ones that have like two versions of the game. One free version that's garbage, and then one that actually it's like you pay like $1 or something something small, and then you get like the adless version of the game.
I think that's a good way to do the application.
The only
because
the only problem with that is
yeah.
that you split up your game into 2 different pages, so you won't get.
Well, there's another way to do it.
Right.
Really?
I think that practice has actually mostly ended where it's 2 separate
So
apps on the store.
Oh, really?
It's usually like there's an option in the app. It's like, hey, give us $1 and no more ads, and then
you upgrade it.
have the same app. The ads go away.
Oh shit! Okay, that's perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, it still counts as a Google Store purchase. So if you like get a new phone or whatever and you download the app again, I'm pretty sure
it's like DLC or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yep.
Which is a lot better. But
so all the reviews are on the same page and all the stars, so you're not split up in reviews and shit.
So obviously, there's different games and different. I'm kind of gravitating towards games mainly, but we can talk about other applications later. But I think mainly games.
I can respect fucking when software needs ads, because usually for Reddit is fun. It has 2 fucking versions. It has the free version with the ads, and it has the paid version without the ads.
Right.
A lot of software does that.
It suffers from the same plight and plague that like regular internet viewing does with it's hit or miss with how bad the pop-up ads and spam and everything actually is.
So for Reddit is fun. I'm not sure if it's the same now, but back in the day, the way Reddit is fun used to work with the ads, I always accidentally clicked an ad because the way it's placed in between the pages,
it looks like a content.
No, it's not that. It's just it's placed in a position where my finger will touch it and not swipe, so it counts as a click and it opens up the app page and stuff.
Yeah,
it's actually because of that and how annoyed I got that I actually there's that fucking Google Play that free thing, you get free money or whatever, the survey shit.
Yeah, I do that shit.
I used that money to upgrade to the paid version because I was just sick of that shit. It was funny, but yeah. So I guess that's my take on that. I guess.
I think to broaden what you're talking about, I think games that have a free to play barrier of entry. So I guess no barrier of entry.
Yes.
But then you could play the entire experience for free, but to get different versions of that experience, you need to pay money.
Yeah.
If you like a new character, or a new world,
League of Legends does that.
Yeah. Well, I guess League of Legends is cosmetics.
No, but it's characters too. Unless I guess that's
true.
That's faster. That's the faster way of doing it.
Right. I'm not necessarily. Well, I mean, because if it was, because the faster way of doing it, I feel like is almost like a predatory pay to win sort of thing.
Yeah.
It's not technically, but we can debate that. I'm on the other camp. Anyways, I don't really mean that. I mean sort of like my example that I guess would give. So holy shit! I've played a few Civilizations clones
on the mobile devices.
On mobile devices, and even though they're not they don't look amazing, they're not super in depth like Civilizations is. They've more focused on the rudimentary of gaining gold per turn and then using that gold per turn to upgrade your land and units. That way you can take over the other people. It's that focus. So if you're just a logistical numbers person, I like those kinds of games. What they do is when you download the game, they have a bunch of different tribes, and each tribe has different qualities or aspects to them.
Okay.
They give you a couple to start with, so you can play the whole game over and over again and then have a full experience. But if you want new tribes that do new things, you need to pay $2 for a tribe, or $1 for a tribe.
Kind of like a demo.
Right, exactly. But it's but I would almost argue at the same time it's almost like that demo. You could argue that demo is the full game.
Well, yeah, but I mean it's not.
But it's not. But at the same time, they need to make money, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So instead of you having to deal with an ad coming up after every turn or sitting in the top of your screen, I prefer to pay them for the content that they're producing because I think it's good content in that regard.
Yeah, that's a good model in my opinion.
Some games do it. Like people, like I know developers put for example, Capcom, they put their Ace Attorney games on the mobile devices, and they charge
That's cool.
they charge like a flat rate. There's no like microtransaction or anything like that.
Right.
It's like literally just a game you just buy.
Yeah.
I think.
Oh, continue.
Sorry. I think the problem with mobile gaming is that some games try to be like long episodic story games, and I don't know if that necessarily
mobile gaming
fits. Yeah, some do. Not all of them, but some do.
Yeah,
well, because look at you should look at the games that cost $5 to $10 to $20.
5 to 10
of apps.
There
are apps that cost between $5 and $10, and some that cost up to $20.
And they're like story games?
Yeah, well, they're like full mobile games that probably have full like stories and RPG elements and whatever else.
Okay.
I don't want to play those games. I don't want to spend the money on those games because I would rather spend the money on an experience that I could get on a much larger screen, being my TV or my monitor. And with better controls of a controller or a fucking keyboard and mouse, and not whatever bullshit controls they do on a full touch.
Yeah.
I think mobile gaming is a niche market that is like indie.
Well, yeah, most of it.
Yeah, it's definitely indie.
But
that's what I'm saying, because there's such a low barrier to entry to get your game on the Google Play Store. You just pay them $25 and you can put as much shit on there as you want.
Right, but I'm saying in terms of using your mobile device, using your tablet essentially as your media to play a game, I think the smartphone isn't a good way to play longer episodic games that require like multiple playthroughs to see a result.
Why not?
No,
because people are. I think most people are busy with other things.
Well, then why do you have a game on your phone?
Fuck.
Because my game I can play for a few minutes and then put down again.
Yeah, I feel you, but you got to consider also like people whose commute to work is on a train or like flights, shit like that.
Okay.
Like it doesn't work for you personally, but
sure.
I see
what it does make sense to have those kinds of games.
I see what you're getting at to an extent. To me, it's not that the experiences can't be had on a mobile device. It's that the mobile device controls are fucking ass.
They're not good.
It's because it's almost like they're porting a console game to a mobile device, and it doesn't work because the controls aren't there.
It's like if you're
fucking
San
Andreas, GTA San Andreas on the mobile device is a fucking train wreck in control wise.
Like if you're gonna spend if you're gonna spend like $10 on a game, I don't want to spend $10 on a mobile app that like is supposed to look great and play great, and I probably won't enjoy it. And I get it. That's me.
Yeah, it's fine.
Opinion, but I don't think mobile is the platform for that. I think we have larger tablets, we have handheld consoles. Like Switch. The DS or the Switch or
the Switch,
Game Boy or whatever.
Tablets are the same market though.
But they're bigger.
Yes, but it's still the same market. It's literally the same store.
Okay, then I think they should be better on tablets than smartphones.
They probably are.
Yeah, I mean it's a bigger fucking screen. Because your hands take up so much of the fucking screen when you're playing. Yes. That's why emulating on mobile devices is fucking garbage. Well, if you don't have a separate controller, because there's no feedback on the fucking controls. That's why Ace Attorney works so well on the smartphones, because it's literally just a fucking VN. You just fucking tap. It's easy.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I can give that.
That's why those Civ clones are good, because you don't need like Twitch reflexes to play.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
That's why I see more appeal in like Super Hexagon. Because it's literally just the game was built for fucking for smartphone devices. It works just so well.
If your game requires Twitch reflexes, you better only need to tap like 1 or 2 parts of the screen.
Yes. Exactly. And that part of the screen should not be the focus.
Or like the whole screen, or whatever. Just tap the screen.
And that's why those like fucking like zombie shooting games and stuff are just like atrocious to play.
Yeah, and I, you know, this is just me. I fucking hate the mobile games that like terrible fucking graphics. Like they try to have decent graphics, but they look ass.
Yeah, it's because it's a mobile game.
It's
It's
because they go for realism. It doesn't.
I don't think you should do that on a mobile app.
I mean, I agree. I wouldn't do that either.
I don't think you should do that. I don't think it ever comes out correctly. Because mobile apps are running on devices that don't really have the processing power to make games that look that amazing with that type of realism.
I've actually heard recently, or read recently,
unless they're getting better,
that's not the case, and that
really,
or it's not the hardware's fault. It's it's software's fault.
Interesting.
Software.
Yeah,
really?
Because, that's what I read for like newer phones coming out. Because
I thought it wasn't like a case of the power, like the what was the word? The battery life and like the power in general. I thought it was that.
Yeah, that's an aspect of it. But there are phones that have better processing power than the Switch.
Oh, you fucking serious? Holy shit!
That's pretty cool. Interesting.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
You know, I mean, that's a good point.
Yeah, so I don't know.
So I don't know. But sorry. No, go. Ask me a question.
Well, no, because I'm gonna segue. I'm gonna segue a little bit so Hudson finish your shit.
Well, my shower routine. So yeah, I think generally most mobile game apps are pretty bad. A lot of them are either gonna be predatory in the way they're trying to get money out of you, or they're gonna be so underdeveloped that they're almost unplayable. And honestly, most of the apps you might consider playing are probably not going to be worth the experience. However, there are some good games, and they are worth playing.
Yeah.
To find those games, my two major suggestions are literally Google, like, what are the best phone app games, basically. And then from that Google search, look for, honestly, look for forum threads of like just people talking about, like, someone's like, oh, what's your suggestion for a good phone app game or whatever, and then just look at what people suggest, and then go look it up and like look at the reviews on the app store and look at the star ratings and all that, and then make the call for yourself. I've done that with games. Like, I've found games that look really bad, but then I give them a shot and they're awesome.
Yeah.
Based off of that recommendation of like some random person thread. I think that's how you find good mobile games.
It's funny
because
sorry.
I'm gonna keep going.
Okay, yeah, it was funny because you think that just going to the game's fucking page and looking at the reviews would be enough to warrant to see if it's worth playing, but these fucking Google Play reviews are so fucking stupid sometimes, dude.
Yeah.
Half of them are probably fake.
Yeah.
It's so bad. And then you have the developer respond to the fucking review like, dog, did you even fucking play the game? It's so funny, dude. Help my game to open.
I think mobile gaming right now is at a place where it still requires word of mouth to get your game.
Word of mouth?
Yeah, I think word of mouth. For most games.
For what?
To get if your game is like a quality game that doesn't have like described above, and I think it's like a good game for mobile, a lot of the times it's really hard to just find that randomly if you're searching around. Generally,
because there's just a shitload of games. So many games are added to the
so
every day.
So the best way to find those games is through word of mouth. Is through people suggesting things or people saying, "Oh, I played this," or "Have you heard of this?" or whatever. Look out! Those games are the games you want to focus on right now. I mean, it might be getting better right now. I have no idea.
I don't know about you guys, because a lot of mobile games use ads, like they advertise their games on. And
right.
I'm not sure if I've ever downloaded a game because of an ad I saw.
Oh, the ads made me not want to fucking play the game, to be honest.
Yes.
No, yeah, I mean, ads have accustomed me to, like, disregard whatever product they're selling.
that's like the reverse of the ad should do.
On principle.
That's so funny.
I see an ad and I'm like, why are you here? Get the fuck out. And then I'm mad at whatever the ad is. I'm like, why? Fuck, like, Glade? Like, what the hell?